Today we're going to be checking out a 10 keyless keyboard, and it's called the Marvo KG934. So something really interesting and cool about this keyboard is that it is a 10 keyless keyboard layout, but it does have a number pad. Typically 10 keyless keyboards don't have the number pad, but this one, they got rid of like those side buttons that are like the home page, the insert key, and instead they replaced them with a number pad. So if you're someone who likes to use full-size keyboards because of the number pad, but you don't like the fact that it's incredibly long and it kind of is annoying to use your mouse next to it, then this keyboard might actually be a good fit for you. So in the box, what you're gonna get is the keyboard, of course, a keycap puller, and a quick start guide, which I would keep handy because it shows how to use some of the basic features on the keyboard like macros and switching the lights up. Now the first thing to note with this keyboard is that it comes with one color option. Typically a lot of keyboards out there come with two color options. It's gonna be like a white version and a black version, and this one only comes with the dark version. So my first impressions with this keyboard was that I was a fan of how unique it looked, and more specifically what was unique about it was the grill on the side, which has the RGB lights that come out from there. I think that looks pretty cool, and the silver metal that wraps around the keyboard. I think that also gives it this like Terminator kind of vibe. The materials used on this keyboard are primarily made of a durable plastic material, and the plastics are going to be pretty much on the front, the back, as well as the keycaps. And the only thing that's not plastic on this keyboard are the silver lining that goes around the keyboard. That has a cold to the touch metal, and the braided cable, which is 6 feet long, and it's a pretty nice feeling braided cable, no complaints here. The keycaps themselves are concaved, which basically means that instead of having like a flat key, they have this angle / arc that goes like this. And that's gonna be nice because it's gonna be easier for you to accurately and more easily type on the keyboard without missing any buttons or slipping off the key. And on the back of the keyboard, you do have 2 adjustable legs as well as rubber grips on each corner of the keyboard. And that's gonna prevent the keyboard from sliding around on your desk while in use. So as of making this video, this keyboard only comes with one key switch option, and that's gonna be the blue switches. And if you're not familiar with how blue switches work, they're kind of like the more clicky feeling. So every time you push, you feel like this bump on your finger. And they also make a pretty loud noise as well. And we're gonna do a typing test right now for y'all to hear what that sounds like. Overall, the keyboard is quite solid, and it's definitely going to be a comfortable typing experience. However, I do want to note that the spacebar does have a little bit of rattle, not too much, but if you like put your thumb on it, it does kind of wobble around and bounce around. But it's not that bad, and it's not going to be noticeable. As for the rest of the keycaps, they're going to be quite firm, and they're not going to be sliding around or kind of like tilting as you lay your fingers on them or press into them. Let's now get into the RGB light features with this keyboard. So there are going to be 2 places where lights come out of. That's going to be on the side with the grill, as well as the top of the keyboard out of the keycaps. The grill lights can be customized by holding the function key and then pressing the closed bracket key button. And when you do that, it's going to toggle between either solid colors, a rainbowy kind of thing, or you can just keep them off if you don't want any RGB lights. The lights that come out of the keycaps can also be customized, and the way you can toggle between any of the settings, you basically hold the function key and you press the icons that are on the keyboard, and there's a lot of them in various different places. But what you can do with the customization of the keycaps is you can adjust the colors that the keycaps glow, the pattern styles, the speed, as well as the brightness, or you can turn them off if you don't want any of the RGB lights. If you want to further customize the lighting settings, or maybe you want to mess with the macros or shortcuts, you can install the software for the keyboard off of the website, and it's going to be only for Windows computers only. So the keyboard is pretty unique overall, and what makes it special is that it has this grill on the side that has RGB lights coming out of it, and I think that's a nice touch. because most mechanical keyboards out there, they're pretty basic. They don't have any lights on the side. It's mainly just out of the keycaps. So if you're looking for that like more Terminator vibe or something a little more aggressive, I think this is gonna be a nice looking keyboard. The price is also gonna be pretty solid, and it's gonna come in at a $60 price mark, which I think is a good price point for a keyboard that's pretty good in build quality, as well as the RGB light customization settings. Now, in terms of the bad things with this keyboard, I really had no complaints, because this thing isn't like a high-end keyboard that's like $100 plus, and it's not like a budget mechanical keyboard that's like in the $20 to $30 range. This thing is priced in the mid-range, and I think everything about this keyboard is pretty good. Really no complaints with the price point that you're paying here. If you are looking for something that's more premium than this, I recently reviewed the Roccat TKL keyboard, which is also similar in width, and that thing is made fully of aluminum, and it's a much nicer build quality if you're looking for that more high-end keyboard. If you want to check that out, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below pointing to that video. And I'm also going to leave an Amazon link to this keyboard on where you can buy it or see more specs about this keyboard. And with that being said, if you want to stay up to date with what's happening in the tech world, make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll keep you in the loop. Don't forget to like this video and leave your comments down below. See you in the next one.